What is up, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to On the Beach with Pete, the hobby along series that you put on in the background whilst you do your projects, whatever it is you're working on. So make sure you've got somewhere to work, make sure you've got all your glues, your paints, your models, whatever it is you need to do your stuff, tea, coffee, whatever. And we're going to be in for roughly nearly an hour's worth of painting. Yeah, because I'm painting today, and I'm carrying on with this massive bench clear, and yeah, I just want to get crack on with that. Talk about the weather, talk about the season, talk about everything, and yeah, so buckle up and get ready. Let's get to the bench. Okay, so here we are at the moment, and these are models I've got on my bench right now that I've taken from the other bench, because they are models that I obviously put a little bit of paint on, and that's fine. That is absolutely fine. Okay. I think I want to do a little bit of brown on his the legs here. Yeah, it's like Steel Legion drab. I don't want Steel Legion drab for it though, because I like to use that for the rim of the base. No, I want to use an XV88. Not a great deal of difference, I know. But that said, it is different, and I will know that. So, this is where I find I got no XV88. I should have though somewhere. I'm just gonna pull my whole drawer out here. XV88. There we go. Whoops, knocked him over. I'm going to be using the electronic paint shaker here because, God, that feels like it's not been used in some time. So bear with me. To get that shaken up quite well. There, hopefully that. I don't know if I'm deluding myself. No, I'm not. There is actually something in it. So I'll be popping some into my palette here. I'll talk about this because I get comments like, "Oh, you should use a wet palette. Get a wet palette." Blah 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 blah. I got wet palettes. I've made wet palettes. I've used them in the past, and I do use them sometimes. But here's the thing. With my lifestyle as it is at the moment, the times I can actually do hobby is very few and far between. So even a wet palette, the paints go weird, they separate and they just go manky. You end up with this wet palette and splodges all over it. It's just a horrible mess, and I don't like it. I don't enjoy that. And as for normal palettes, and I use palette paper as well, I use it all. And I've got plastic palettes, but to be honest, you don't need all that crap. You just don't. You can do what you need to do very cheaply, very simply. It's like the whole brush cleaner thing. You know, people say, "Oh, you need a proper brush cleaner." No, bar of soap. 60p soap, that's it. That is all you need. It's all I've ever used for years and years and years, and I do just fine with it. Anyway, yeah, so I just want to get that out there because people do. I am still getting comments like, you know, get a wet palette. Don't use them really much. If I had an army, if I was doing like 100 orcs or something, green skin, I thought, well, yeah, things like that. Yeah, it makes sense. 'Cause in one block, I'm doing so much of that colour. Then I will. And you know, sometimes I do use a wet palette. Sometimes for a tutorial, if I'm using something like I don't know, like one of the bone colours or something like that, one of the ones that dry out really quickly, even with drying retarder, probably use it then as well. But you know, by and large, I just don't use them that much. But you know, each to their own, I say. That's what I say. Yeah, you really don't need to be spending a fortune on all the different things. You know, even paints. I mean, you just don't need it. I mean, when you first start out in the hobby, you think, oh, I must need to get that. I'll get that type of glue and I'll get that type of paint. But at the end of the day, you don't need it. You come to know what you use, what you like, what you get a feel for. You know, and that's how it is. So I think these are just like leather leg guard, thigh guards. He's got shin, like metal shin guards. But these are like, I don't know, thigh guards or something. Yeah, and we're not going to a very high standard here. That's fine. Yeah. When I do get back to some, eventually get back to some Warhammer models, I will be looking to go to a higher standard, a much higher standard than what I'm doing here. But I might try the alternative painting methods rather than going like dark to light, like going light to dark without using shade washes and that, you know. I think I'm going to use a shade wash here though, however. I'm going to use two. Well, first of all, I'm going to use a little Nuln Oil. I do mean a little, so that'd be for his metallic silvers. I'll put it over his sword. And we'll go over his shoulder guard. His actual helmet itself. Yeah. And then of course we need to do his shield and his shin guards. This is not bad though, not bad at all. Anyway, so what has happened to our summer? What happened? Absolutely shocking summer. Worst on record, I think. So short. Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, but then... yeah, not a good summer. So, people are already talking about the winter coming in, setting in, and all this stuff here, and I'm like, no, I don't want the winter, not yet. Don't know how Dylan's gonna be. We gotta get some more mind games going for Dylan. For his summer. Sorry, for his winter. You know, those days where he can't go out in the garden and so on. So, tracking is a really good game. They're different scent games because it really tires him out, which is super cool. You know, that's what I want. Need to tire him out. That's what we need. Went for a really long walk yesterday. Probably too long, actually. In hindsight, it was too long of a walk. He's only young. 17 months. It's easy to forget he's so young though, because he's so big for his age. He's a big dog. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's not like a huge dog. There's bigger dogs around, but I mean, you know, for his age, he's big. Right. Okay, so I'm a bit happier with him now. All he needs on him, shade-wise now, is a little bit of Agrex over the skin and the cloth areas. Yeah. I want to do a bit of a dry brush as well on him. Do with some sort of... I do have a dry brush paint. Of course I've got a dry brush paint. A dry brush brown paint. Which I can't remember the name of it, but it was quite a light one as I recall. I mean, it's true I don't need to use that. And I could use this clay colour here. That might be quite good. Tempting. Oh, there we go. Gold frag brown. That might be better. Yeah. So the clay was tempting, but we're going to go with this one. Yeah, I think that one's the better one. Okay. Right, so we're going to pop this onto his base. Yeah, and I don't think I've used a wash on his base. I don't think so. I might have done, but that's the trouble. So long in between takes. There we go. That's it. Let's see if my coffee's cooling down at all yet. So I'll just open it up a bit. Yeah, so not the best of summers. Makes me wonder what winter has in store for us. Is it going to be a harsh winter, or is it going to be like an easy winter, you know? Dreading the fuel bills. They keep up and the prices go up and up and up. And, you know, it's getting harder and harder to heat your home these days. And then when they put the prices down, it's always in the summer anyway. You know, it's like, oh, well, we put the prices down. Yeah, but people don't have the heating on in the summer. Silly fools. I'm making a right mess of myself here. Alright. Anyway, I think that's enough work on him for now. I should really turn my attention to one of these other ones here. Right, I think I can get away with a Agrax Earthshade on him. I think so. There we go. Agrax Earthshade. This is a Ralpatha miniature anyway. Getting in a right state here. Need is, I'll use an old school wash brush for this. Right, yeah, so like I say, Ralpatha miniature. Just an all over wash because it's a board game at the end of the day. Dragon Quest. Yeah. Well, that's that. See, for a board game of that nature, this is probably near enough done, you know, just, yeah, I think so. If it was the metal version and I was using him for role playing, I'd want to go a little bit higher. But now, board game, more than good enough. I'm going to treat myself to a new piece of kitchen towel. Because that one was just totally manky. Right. There we are. Okay. Yeah, so the other thing about summer, I'm just going to find what I want to. I think I want to maybe do some highlights on his trousers. What was I going to say? Yeah, the other thing with the summer coming to an end is on the beaches will come to an end, and it doesn't feel like I've had a chance to do that many of them. Do you know what I mean? Just feels like I've done a few, you know, but I suppose I've done more than that. But it'll be on the benches then. But the winter seems to last longer than the summer, in my humble opinion. So, I don't know. Cooling down. Nice coffee. Okay. Right, so with this chap, do a bit of Mars Red might be quite good. I don't know, it might be too orangey. Galvorbeck Red, that is what he's got on, I think. Mephiston? Yeah, good old Mephiston. Right, popping him onto the electronic paint shaker. Let's go. Yeah, so this is like, you know, morning time, you know, doing this in the morning as opposed to later in the evening. Let's put a little touch into my palette. The other thing with these palettes is when they get full of paint, just chuck them away. Just chuck them away. Can't be bothered with cleaning it. I ain't got time for that. You know, I need to save time, not give myself chores. Oh my goodness. Yeah, whatever next. Whatever next. Right, what? 3 zeros, yeah. Mr. Red, that can go back actually. To pack away some stuff here. Too much stuff out. Right, try and get in a bit here. The only problem with Mephiston Red, it's not a problem, but I mean, it's a great colour. The only thing is, it can, if you're not careful, it can look very much like blood. Fresh blood splatter or something. So you've got to be very careful with how you apply. Mephiston Red. I find in instances like this, right, okay. Wow, Godzooks, I am still on camera. Well, I turned my PlayStation on the other day, first time in a year. And, you know, I'm not an avid video gamer or anything like that. I turned it off. Oh, that'll be good to, you know, I can stay downstairs with Dylan, keep an eye on him, and maybe have a bit of fun myself at the same time, you know. It worked quite well, so I'll probably be getting more into PlayStation games again at some point. I might check out a couple of the Warhammer ones, because why not? Don't really want to overdo it. I think I'll leave it there. Yeah, I think I'll leave that there. And then he will be ready for varnishing, so acrylic varnish, I'll have to put that next to him. Right, we'll do that. Oh, excuse me. Where are we going next? It's alright to wonder. See, some of these are... These are ready for a varnish too. They're ready. It's good. Don't know what I'm gonna. I think his jacket for this halfling. He's a halfling. His jacket needs painting, and I'm thinking of a green actually. So I'm thinking of gonna. a light green. Death Guard green. Yeah, that might work. Or Goblin green. Goblin green. I think we'll go Goblin green. Why not? Gonna shake this up on the shaker. Here we go. Couple of drops, oops, in there like so. Touch of water. That's probably too thin actually. Let's try again. Yeah, that's better. Don't want the consistency too thin. Okay, let's try this. So I think these figures have been on my bench for quite some time. So you probably are all, if you follow my videos, you're probably well aware that these are all for role-playing games. I like to roleplay. And I now like to solo roleplay. Yeah, if you'd have said to me, a few years ago, oh, you'll be able to do solo roleplay, I'd have laughed in your face. Don't be mental, I would have said. You can't do that. But you so can. It's cool. Yeah, I like the idea of halflings having bright colours, because they like their bright colour clothes. They're not known for being subtle, are they? Let's be honest. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I can use my XV88 on this model as well. And that can be used for his bedrock. Or shall I use a grey for that? I don't know. Yeah, but it can be used for his backpack. And we'll use that. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, a green jacket. liking it a lot. Okay. Yeah, so as far as the bedroll goes, what have we got here? Rust grey. I think that'd be more than adequate. Don't need to put that through the actually, change my mind. Yes, I do need to put it through the shaker. Mostly because there's not a lot in it. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm still at the stage with these models where I can put a shade wash over them. These aren't models I'm trying to push the boundaries with. So yeah, I can more than use shade washes to change the saturation of certain colours I'm using. Absolutely I can. Yeah, like this model. See, for my next solo RPG venture or adventure, you see, I've been wanting. I want to use a halfling as my main character, but I think they also make great travelling companions as well. In my experience of role playing as a whole, and so I like to have a few to hand. Right, that's his bedroll. Right now for this little backpack thing he's got going on here. And I've got to do the arrow quiver, and the arrows. If we go and make the arrows, the wooden shafts black, probably. There, nearly. For a metal miniature, this has got quite good detail. Yeah. Not bad at all, not bad at all. Yeah, I'll do the shafts of the arrows next. So we'll need a black. Might grab another mouthful of coffee though. Let's just get my matte black. That'll be. I do enjoy matte black. Although that said, halfling. Let's be bolder. Let's do some good old Abaddon if I find it. There we go. I'll shake that in a sec. I'm just gonna have some coffee in a minute. So, tell me, what projects are you working on at the moment? I always enjoy reading about that in the comments. I like to know what people are working on, what they're doing. I'm nosy like that. I'm just genuinely interested, curious. Right, I'm going to shake the Abaddon Black. Okay. Now I really don't need much of this at all, because it's hardly any sort of surface area there, but you know, so I can pop a little bit to the part here. 1, 2, 3 to 1 water. That's very, very small quantities. Okay, but I think it's important to do the shafts of the arrows first. Focus. Yeah, I think it's important to do the shafts of the arrows first, and let that dry, and then because I want to do the tips of the feathers of the arrows white, see, so I think that would be more prudent to do that. Yeah, I think that would be better. I think this is the way. Definitely. Right. Yeah, I think that's pretty good representation of what I want. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Don't know. Yeah, I just did some eyes. Pupils. Right, so that's that. I think that's fine to leave him there. Okay. Let's varnish up these now. Yeah. So, not squeezing out the varnish, I'm dipping it from the pot. Because that's the way I roll. There we go. Yeah, and I do varnish miniatures. I varnish most of my miniatures. I don't varnish them all. Ones for display and such like, there's no point because I'm not going to be handling them that much, hardly at all. But board game models are the ones that need the most sort of sealing in, because you're going to be handling them quite a lot, you know, picking them up, moving them around the board, etc. So those are the ones you want to protect. And of course, for war games such as Warhammer, etc., yeah, you need to varnish your miniatures, you know, to lock that paint in there. Avoid the paint flaking off, etc. Things like terrain, I tend not to varnish all my terrain. It's just no need, don't handle it that much once it's out. You know, like things that when I say terrain, I mean like scatter terrain and things of that nature. You just don't need to. You don't need to. Whereas infantry, I suppose, because you're moving it around a lot. You grubby hands all over it. Yeah, so I'm happy with him. He's going to be coming off the bench soon. Now I want to do this, sort of the plastic Ralpatha miniatures. I just don't feel like going any further with it. It's a board game. It represents a character. That's good enough for me. I can differentiate between that one and the others, so that everybody knows who they are. Blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. Had someone say to me the other day about we're talking about role-playing games, and they're saying, why you always talk about, in the old days you used to play theatre of the mind, and they used to do it in that tone. Why was that such a cool thing? Why? And I'm like, well, my answer to him was, because that's all we could do back then. We didn't have the luxury of all these miniatures, and we didn't have online, online shops such as eBay and Amazon and all the rest of it, or direct, any e-commerce at all. You literally relied on like pages from a magazine, like with an order form, and you couldn't really see the model before you bought it, and and there was nowhere near the amount of variety that there is today. So that is why we used to rely on theatre of the mind, my friend. And so, fair enough, fair point. Obviously a younger person, not really understanding life before the internet. I don't know. But yeah, so Dylan's training is coming on really well, I have to say. He's getting better day by day, and look forward to going on walks with him. The first few days were not easy. Well, I don't mean the first few days we had him. The first few days of going on a walk with him were not easy, because he was like pulling like a freight train and all that sort of stuff. That can be shade washed. Yeah, and I remember I was walking around, my arm felt like it was on fire, just trying to keep him in check, And Agrax Earthshade for the win here. It's another Ralpatha plastic. And I just need to do the rim of the base after, and job is a good one. Yeah, that should cover the whole model then. Yeah, just slathering it all over. The Citadel method. Okay. I got a couple more areas to do on him, but yeah, that's good. Definitely getting paint on models, I tell you. You could probably do with a bit of I'll leave him to one side, right? What's next? Dry brush. Right, so I've got the these two models here. See if we can zoom in a bit here. I've got the fuel focus. Let's come out a little bit. Ralpatha version and the metal version. Well, they're both Ralpatha obviously, but there's plastic version and the metal version. Yeah. He needs dry brushing of a different kind. He needs his base dry brushing, so we'll do, yeah. So we'll do that bit of dry brushing, a bit more coffee. And this is good because I'm getting a video out. I've got my cat in here, by the way, as well. He doesn't seem to be in any rush to leave, so he's asleep in his bed. So, Longbeard Grey for the base, which I like to use. Longbeard Grey is one of my favourite dry brush paints by Cedric. I have to say, I wonder if I could get away with it on the metal one. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Fine with that. They are now ready for varnish. Well, they will be. I'll just tell you, so that's good. Oh, that's good. When I get these miniatures off the bench, I'm thinking of doing a MDF project. Terrain. I love my MDF terrain, as you know. Oh, let's zoom out a bit here. Yeah, I love my MDF terrain. And I got a few packs of it. So, ideal. Absolutely ideal. Right. Come back there, I don't know. I don't know. We are getting there with it. And I've also got another project I want to start as well at some point, which is my Thunderbird project. That's another video though. I've now got 3 Thunderbird 2s from back in the day, and yeah, I just I want to try and restore them. Well, one I don't, because it's good enough as it is, so I can keep it in its original format. Oh, and I've got another. I bought a computer the other day, an old school 8-bit Sinclair ZX81. So I'll be doing a video on that for my memory lane when that arrives. And I don't think I'm going to set it up. You know, I just want to have it on my nostalgia shelf. So no need to sort of try and get it recapped or whatever, or you know, sorted out electronically, because I'm not going to be using it. Yeah, so it's purely for nostalgia, the look and the feel and the memory of it all. Where the whole home computer craze started for me was with the ZX81. I'll talk about that in the video itself. Right, so I think we're there with that. We're coming towards the end here now. Well, I could do with putting some Nile oil on him, I suppose. Oh, and some Agrex Earthshade on his shield. We'll do that because the only thing about shade washes is, yeah, they're great and all, but they do take ages to dry. If I should find myself in the fortunate position of being able to make another video today, I would like this stage done on him. worried about the underside. You can't see that. Here we go. There we go. I'm not sure I'm entirely happy with the look, but it was a free model anyway. But yeah, that's not bad. And a bit of normal oil on his mace, I think. Just the ball at the end. There we go. There we are. Can always add blood to it later if I feel so inclined. There. No, it isn't a bad one. Oh. So I've done quite a few different models now. I'll cut to me. So there you go. Thanks ever so much for watching this. And I said it's nearly an hour. It's not quite an hour. And I can safely say that because by the time I edit it, it will be under the hour. Sometimes it's considerably under the hour, but whatever. You know, it's still hobby time set aside for painting and getting stuff done, right? So yeah, so 2 miniatures from that session off the bench completely, done, dusted, and I'm happy with that. And yeah, I mean it's a slow process, and this bench looks more cluttered than it actually is because I got so much crap on it right now. I do need to clear it up a bit. I really do. I just need to tidy it up, and it wasn't that long ago I did a bench tidy, and I think those videos are fun, just a little bit of time lapse to tidy a bench. Makes it all look good, and I will do that. I've got all the brushes scattered over the desk purely because it's painting that I'm doing at the moment, and I'm swapping brushes out quite frequently. So I think I can be forgiven for that. But when these are done, that will be cleared aside because I won't be using the paint brushes, and then when I'm doing my MDF terrain, I'll be using a crappy old brush for the glue, and that will be pretty much it. That and a bit of a X-Acto blade I expect, and that will be it. Yeah, so anyway, I've enjoyed the session. Looks like it might be trying to brighten up outside. It's mostly cloudy today though. There's a little bit of sun, which I'm happy about. I am sad that the summer's coming to an end. It feels like it's coming to an end, and that is sad. We've got dry robes now though for the winter. Now obviously we got them for like the beach and getting changed or whatever, but they're so warm and toasty. I'm going to be wearing mine when the winter hits and I'm outside, like when the carnival comes and I want to go and watch it or whatever. If it's cold, then I'll be wearing that then, or the Christmas carnival. They do. It was bitter cold last year. I wear it for that because it's so cold. Anyway, my friends, thanks ever so much for watching this paint along video. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything else to add. Thank you for your support. It means a lot to me. And yeah, we'll talk more next time. There's more updates to come. Thanks for watching. Remember, all brushes to all, and bye for now. See you out there.